and welcome to a new video of Barcelona with Marta. My name is Marta and I'm a born and raised Barcelonesa. And today we are at La Barceloneta, Barcelona's maritime district par excellence. La Barceloneta is a great place to relax, enjoy tapas and paella, and of course have a good time at the beach. But La Barceloneta also holds many secrets. So stay tuned for today's video because we're going to make a walk through the neighborhood of La Barceloneta and I will show you all those places you cannot miss and I will tell you a little bit about the history. The first thing I want you to know is that La Barceloneta didn't always exist. In fact, this was the first planned neighborhood in Barcelona. To understand how this entire neighborhood was created, we need to go back to medieval Barcelona. At that time, the only feature in this area was a small sand island called Illa de Mayans. In the 15th century, a breakwater was constructed, which caused sand to accumulate and gradually form new land. This natural process eventually led to the area being used as a port. Right now we are at the oldest part of the port of Barcelona, hence its name Port Bay, which means Old Port. And in front of it we have this building called Palau del Mar, which used to hold the warehouses of the port of Barcelona. Today, it hosts the Museum of the History of Catalonia as well as several offices and restaurants. Next thing we will do is crossing the Passeig de Joan de Borbó in order to enter the Barceloneta neighborhood. There's this map right here where you can see very well how La Barceloneta looks from above. We are right here at the moment and this is what we are going to explore. La Barceloneta has a very peculiar story. Like I mentioned before, this was Barcelona's first planned neighborhood. In fact, it was built in 1753 on land reclaimed from the sea around the Spanish island of Mayans. This new neighborhood provided a home for the residents of La Ribera in Alborn, who had lost their houses due to Philip V's plans for the Ciutadella military fortress. The new neighborhood was designed by the military engineer Prosper van Verboom, and it was characterized by straight streets with single-story houses with windows on both sides for optimal ventilation. The first residents of the La Barceloneta neighborhood were fishermen, and they were followed by factory workers. This building behind me is the Church of San Miquel del Port, which was one of the first buildings built in La Barceloneta. The church was started in 1753, the same year the neighborhood was founded, and completed in 1755. you see this flag over there? This one is the flag of the neighborhood of La Barceloneta. And here we have La Casa de la Barceloneta, one of the few old buildings that still maintains the original features of the neighborhood's first houses. Originally, they were always single-story houses and by regulation could not be taller so as not to obstruct the cannon fire from the Ciutadella fortress. Over time, the overcrowding of the neighborhoods led to the subdivision of single-family homes into 4 units, resulting in very small living spaces. And next to Casa La Barceloneta, there's this restaurant called Can Soler, which is a well-known restaurant here in Barcelona, especially for their rice dishes. La Barceloneta is a great place to eat paella here in Barcelona, since there are many restaurants that are specialized in this dish. And now we have arrived at the Plaza del Poeta Busca, which is the epicenter of the neighborhood. Here we find the Barceloneta market, where locals come to do their shopping, along with numerous bars and terraces where you can have a drink. Don't miss the statue here known as El Negro de la Riba. This old figurehead arrived in La Barceloneta in 1860 and has become a symbol of the neighborhood. Fun fact is that the figure that we see here is actually a replica, since the original is being kept at the Maritime Museum of Barcelona. This kind of tapas bars is another reason why the neighborhood is so well known here in Barcelona. Traditionally, these will be the places where the fishermen will sell their leftovers. The women will manage their kitchens at the restaurant while the men went fishing. In the more than 20 tapas bars that La Barceloneta has, you can find spectacular dishes like fried fish, Galician octopus or croquetas. However, the neighborhood specialty is the bomba de la Barceloneta, a meatball filled with potato and topped with a spicy sauce, a true bomb. And even though every bar in Barcelona has its own bomba de la Barceloneta nowadays, if you want to try the original one, then you have to come over here to La Cova Fumada in La Barceloneta. For many locals, this is the best bomba in La Barceloneta, and it only costs €2.20. This arch right here reminds us of the industrial past of the neighborhood. La Barceloneta became the epicenter of the metallurgy, gas and shipbuilding industries by the end of the 19th century. And this right here was the entrance to the factory of La Maquinista Terrestre y Marítima, which was dedicated to the construction of steam machinery and iron structures for navigation, railway transport and civil construction. This tower of modern style was built between 1905 and 1906 by Josep Domènech Tapas to increase the water pressure to meet the growing gas demand in the city. So now we have arrived to the best part of La Barceloneta, which is of course its beach, and also the main reason why so many tourists visit it. Over here there's the beach boulevard, which goes all along the coastline of Barcelona. And here you can see the beach of La Barceloneta, very big, very sandy beach, nice and clean. And there are also restaurants, so if you're hungry you can always come here to eat. What many people don't realize is that this beach was not always this beautiful or famous. In fact, the coastal plain of Barcelona was filled with factories that took advantage of the proximity to the port and the railway. The train tracks passed through here, and next to the beach was a slum called Somorrostro. All this kept citizens far away from the sea. It wasn't until the installation of the bathhouses and merenderos, the picnic places where fishermen offer their fish, that Barcelonians began to go to the beach. And it wasn't until the 1992 Olympic Games that the Barceloneta beach, as we know it today, was built. Imagine that they even brought sand from Egypt to make it as beautiful as it is. Today, La Barceloneta beach is a lively and popular destination where both tourists and locals enjoy the sun, the sea, and the vibrant atmosphere. These slanted and rustic cubes are the work of Rebecca Horn, and the sculpture is called Homage to Barceloneta. As you can see, there are a few sculptures all along the Passeig de la Barceloneta, but this one right here is particularly interesting. This sculpture is called Una habitació on sempre plou, a room where it always rains. It was created by the Madrid-based artist Juan Muñoz for the Olympic Games. It was intended to be an enclosed structure with 5 people inside where it would always rain, but technical difficulties prevented the rain from being permanent. At the end of the boulevard we find this building, which is an iconic building for the city of Barcelona, and this is the W Barcelona Hotel, also known as the Sail Hotel due to the shape of the building. It was designed by the Spanish architect Ricardo Bofill and opened in 2009, becoming one of Barcelona's standout buildings. And behind the Bay Hotel there's this square which is called Plaza de la Rosa dels Vents, which is a hidden gem, and it offers great views over the Mediterranean Sea. This sculpture, by the way, represents the 4 stripes of the Senyera, the flag of Catalonia, and it was also designed by Ricardo Bofill. This spot right here is truly a gem. As you can see, there's nobody here, almost nobody. If you compare with the beach, how busy it is over there, and how quiet it is here is amazing. Totally recommend it if you just want to go away from the crowds. And that concludes our video today in La Barceloneta neighborhood. I hope you liked it and that it was useful in case you're thinking about visiting Barcelona soon. If you need more help in order to plan your trip to Barcelona, please visit my website Barcelona with Marta, where you will find lots of information. And if you liked this video, don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channel so that I can keep showing you the very best of Barcelona. Bye bye, adios!